You've been staring at a deadline for 2 weeks, but you wait until the exact night before to finish the entire project in one chaotic, adrenaline-fueled burst of energy. You've probably been told you are lazy and disorganized, but psychology shows your brain actually uses active procrastination to unlock a rare state of ultimate creative genius. Chapter 1. The Illusion of Laziness. Imagine the scenario perfectly. Your calendar has a massive red circle around tomorrow's date, but instead of carefully pacing your work over the last 14 days, you decided to deep clean your kitchen, fall down a YouTube rabbit hole, and reorganize your entire living space. Society is incredibly quick to label this exact behavior as a massive character flaw. We are constantly conditioned by the modern world to believe that steady, slow, and disciplined progress is the absolute only way to achieve success, and that anyone who leaves things to the last minute is simply unmotivated or careless. But what if your persistent inability to start a project early is not a failure of discipline, but rather a fascinating symptom of a highly advanced, beautifully complex cognitive architecture? Today, we are going to investigate the hidden psychology of the chronic procrastinator, uncover the invisible mental processes happening while you are seemingly doing nothing, and explore exactly why your habit of delaying tasks might actually be your mind's most brilliant strategy for high-level problem-solving. Chapter 2. Active Procrastination. To truly understand why you consistently operate in these intense, last-minute bursts, we have to look at what physically happens inside your brain when you are assigned a new task. For the average person, a deadline is a slow-burning source of anxiety that requires immediate, steady action to manage. But for you, mundane tasks and artificial timelines feel deeply unstimulating and completely unnatural. Psychologists at the University of Calgary discovered that many high IQ individuals actually utilize a concept known as active procrastination. Your highly intelligent brain simply does not like boring, repetitive busy work, so it intentionally waits until something truly matters before going all in. You deliberately delay your start time because your nervous system requires the high stakes of a tight deadline to force your brain into its highest gear. You are not avoiding the work because you are incapable. You are avoiding it because your cognitive engine requires the massive surge of adrenaline and dopamine that only a looming deadline can provide. That intense, undeniable pressure acts as a necessary neurochemical spark, transforming a boring assignment into a thrilling, high-stakes mental sprint. Chapter 3. The Background Processor. Have you ever noticed how your absolute best ideas seem to magically appear out of nowhere, right when you finally sit down to do the work at the 11th hour? If you have ever felt a sudden, brilliant rush of clarity after days of avoidance, pay very close attention to what your mind is really doing. While it looks to the outside world like you are doing absolutely nothing for 2 weeks, your brain is actually working overtime behind the scenes. Intelligent minds rely heavily on complex neural frameworks that activate specifically when you stop focusing on the direct task in front of you. When you are taking a shower, driving your car, or mindlessly watching a television show instead of working, your subconscious mind is actively gathering data, connecting complex variables, and running endless mental simulations of the project. You are essentially organizing the entire masterpiece in the dark background of your mind. By the time you finally open your laptop the night before the deadline, you are not actually starting from scratch. You are simply printing out the finished product that your subconscious has been quietly perfecting for 14 straight days. This is exactly why you often perform your best at the last minute. You gave your brain the necessary incubation time to see patterns that steady, methodical workers completely miss. Chapter 4. The Flow State Superpower. When we deeply examine the real-world impact of this specific behavior, we immediately see a tragic and unfair disconnect between how you actually work and how modern corporate or academic environments aggressively perceive you. The traditional world heavily rewards sitting at a desk for 8 hours a day, effectively pretending to be busy. But your highly efficient brain completely rejects this theatrical performance. When you finally hit that adrenaline-fueled sweet spot the night before your deadline, you enter a profound, almost unstoppable state of hyper-focused flow. You easily strip away all distractions, eliminate toxic overthinking, and execute at a level of speed and precision that absolutely baffles the people around you. You possess the rare ability to compress 2 weeks of average, tedious work into 3 hours of absolute brilliance. This is a clear, undeniable sign of advanced cognitive processing. Your brain inherently recognizes that work naturally expands to fill the time allotted for it. By drastically shrinking the time allotted, your high IQ brain forces extreme efficiency, cutting out all the unnecessary fluff and delivering a final product that is undeniably sharp, original, and highly effective. If you found this deep dive into the hidden mechanisms of the highly intelligent mind interesting, make sure to subscribe for more deep dives like this.